Hey, I'm Curtis from Gwen and Maud restaurants in Los Angeles.
I'm Juan, I'm the chef de cuisine of Gwen restaurant.
Today we're going to cook a beautiful selection of meats. We've got a hanger steak, a flank steak and a ribeye steak. Each cut of steak has a different level of tenderness and it also has a different level of flavor. It's a very personal thing choosing a cut of steak. I love flavor, but I also like a little tenderness. These three cuts all resemble something very different. So for the flank steak, we create a little marinade. You can marinate meat for a couple of reasons. One is to add a little flavor, and another is to tenderize. You marinate it for about an hour, and then just before you're ready to grill it, you put it in with a little bit of salt on both sides of the flank steak, and then you put it into a hot cast iron pan. You're gonna cook it for 60 seconds on either side, and then you turn it back over again. So you'll actually cook it in 60-second intervals or 1 minute intervals, and you'll turn it 4 times. Once on either side and then another minute on either side, and then you have to let it rest. I always like to let flank steak rest for quite a while, so maybe 7 or 8 minutes. One of my favorite things in the world is fried potatoes served with steak. There's something about that beautiful crispiness, and we fried the potatoes in the beef fat. It gives it a really fantastic flavor, and they get ultra crispy, and it's just a match made in heaven. So what's next?
Cooking this hanger steak, it doesn't require a ton of equipment, just a cast iron at the right technique, and you can have wonderful steak. You season your steak with salt and pepper. Once the steak hits the pan, it quickly seals all the juices inside. You don't want to mess with the steak too much. You want to let it get an even color. Just be patient and do not touch your steak. We're transferring our steak to a resting rack with a sheet tray in the bottom. The cooking stops, but while it rests, the temperature keeps rising and you're gonna have this beautiful, even cooked steak. And just to finish the dish, we squeeze some of that caramelized lemon juice all over the steak and our charred broccolini.
You're making me hungry.
I'm very hungry. The 30-day dry age boneless ribeye. Beautiful, beautiful steak. In this case, we're gonna pan roast it. This process is a 2-stage method. The first one, it's done high temperature in the pan where you're gonna sear both sides of the steak, and then you're gonna transfer the cast iron to the oven. You wanna take it out 125 internal temperature, and then we're gonna add in a healthy amount of butter, and then we're just gonna spoon that melted butter over the steak. You're gonna end up with this beautiful nutty butter flavor. You don't have to do it every single day, but when it's Sunday and you're cheating on your diet, just enjoy this.
Go for it. I hope you enjoyed some of these cooking methods. Truly, whatever preference you have when it comes to choosing a particular cut of steak, these methods work for all of them. And if you can't be bothered doing it, come to Gwen and we'll cook one for you.
We'll definitely do.
We've got really nice steak.